to the, actually I can't remember what episode, the Stitch with Love podcast. My name is Shannon. I am a knitter and a crocheter coming to you from Palmerston North, New Zealand. Apologies before we get into it, it literally just started raining, so hopefully you don't hear that too much. I will try and remove it from the audio, but I'm still learning. Yeah, it's been a while. It has been a while. So I guess before I get into the knitting, where have I been? So if you are not new here, I have been on a little bit of a hiatus. I think I was going to say, if you are new here and you don't know what I'm talking about, I've been on a bit of a hiatus for, I actually can't remember how long. It's been crazy. If you want to skip this bit and you want to just go to the projects and you don't really care where I've been, which is fair enough, I will leave a timestamp. I'll leave the time for you to skip to and then you can go skip to that so that you're not listening to all of this. Rain, why now? It was sunny before. Now I just had to podcast. No. Anyway, so where have I been? There was one weekend I was in Napier and I was meant to record an episode when I got back, but never got around to it. And then I was going to do one the week later, but then we had a wedding, and by the time Sunday came around, quite frankly, I was too tired, and I just couldn't do it. And then the following week, I had my COVID vaccine, and for those of you who have had the Pfizer one, because that's the one that we have here in New Zealand, the second one, I was fine on the Friday when I got it. I was relatively okay on the Saturday. I just had a dry mouth and I was quite tired. And then the Sunday, it was like I got hit with the flu. I was like, oh my gosh, no. I was in bed all day. It sucked. And then this week just been, oh my gosh, everything's happening at work. So the government brought out a vaccine mandate, which means that everyone in the education sector from Monday, so tomorrow, today is Sunday the 14th, or is it 15th? 14th. Everyone from, I think it's the 15th or the 16th, if you're working in the education sector, you have to have had at least one dose. Hi Ash. If you have not, then you are not allowed on site. Unless obviously you're picking up your children or dropping them off. If you don't pick ups or drop offs, that's fine, but you're not allowed to work. So, we have lost another supervisor and our regional manager. In the midst of that, we only had 2 supervisors on most of last week because my supervisor was on leave, medical leave, and the other one, well, vaccine mandate. So, and I think she was also on medical leave, like up until that point. And so we had 2 supervisors and I was one, the other one got sick. So there was a day where there was literally just me and one of the casuals had to step in. It was a whole mess. Like, I've jokingly said to my staff that my supervisor chose the right week to take off. It was insane. It was crazy. Something happened every day. Most days I didn't even have time to eat while I was at work, which is not normal. Normally I can at least get a muffin or something into me, but I barely got time to fill up my water bottle, I think, on Tuesday. It was nuts. It was real nuts. So yesterday I woke up about 7:30 because my circadian rhythm, my body clock just wakes me up automatically because I normally start really early. And so I couldn't get back to sleep. So I got up and then about 3-4 o'clock, I was so tired and my eyes hurt so bad I had to go to sleep and have a nap for 2 hours. It's been a weird month, I would say, to be honest. Like mid-October to mid-November, it's just been bizarre. And it's just going to get weirder because Christmas is coming up and holiday program, and it's just, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. So that's where I've been. I'm fine. I'm no longer, no, I've not got symptoms anymore, which is good. And my supervisor is back this week, but it's just, yeah, it's been a bit crazy. You'll also notice I had to get glasses. Now, I have blue light filter on them, so hopefully they're not too distracting. If they are, I may just have to take them off while I'm podcasting, and then put them back on to edit and things like that. Like, I can see without them. Whoa. I can see without them, but as you saw right there from my reaction, my eyes take a while to adjust. So when I first take these off, it's real weird, and I can't see things properly. So, well, I can, but it kind of hurts, and it's just not pleasant. So I wear them quite a bit at the moment. The hope is that because I'm due to have another eye test in about 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, sorry, 2 years. As the 2 years progress, I can start wearing these less and less and just for close work. That's the hope. But whether or not that happens, we will find out. Anyway, so that is where I've been. And so now I've finished blabbering on about that. We are going to get into the knitting content for this week. So I do have some finished objects, or mostly finished objects. They'll be going into block after this is done. So they're both test knits, and they're both baby cardigans. Yes, they are cardigans. This is the Charlotte Rose sweater by Shadow Knits Australia. I don't know when this is due to be released. I have no idea. This just has to be, like, ends were woven in. I just got to block it and put buttons on it. And then photograph it. But it's really cute. I used Stylecraft Special DK in the colour Duck Egg, which is 100% acrylic yarn from my stash. And did I use the recommended needle size? Yes, I did. I did use the recommended needle size, which is good. So, yeah. First time I've knit a hood, so that was interesting. And I had to kitchen at the top. Yeah, it was good. Enjoyed it. So this is the first one. Again, as I said, it has to be blocked. And then this is, the ends are woven in, I just haven't trimmed them yet. This is the Cozy Classic Raglan by Sunny Day Fibre. It's curling because it's not blocked. This one doesn't have a hood. But yeah, it needs buttons, needs to be blocked. This is in Sunny Day Fibre. It's her DK weight base. I think it's 100% merino. And the colourway is teal, I believe, is what I asked for. So yeah, she sent this to me. It was part of the test knit. It was part of the test knit, like, perks, I guess, was that the yarn got sent to us to use for the test knit, so. But this is the little cardigan. It's very cute. Got raglan shaping on the sleeves. Ribbing. Just a simple cardigan. I think both of these I'm actually planning on gifting because there's quite a few people at my church at the moment who are having little baby boys. So it's like ideal. But we'll see. And then, so I didn't get a chance to show you this yet because I didn't end up posting a podcast after I finished it. This test set's finished now. This is The Planets Uranus by Kira Farton, which is a rectangular lace shawl. It is blocked. I wore this, I didn't get any photos, which I'm really bummed, but I wore this to our friend's wedding a couple weeks ago. So yeah, it's this beautiful lace pattern. The yarn I use is Bohemia Light from Outlaw Yarn here in New Zealand, and I used Carnival and Parchment as my two colours. So yeah, not too much to say about this. All of my project pages will be linked below, so finished object photos and things like that. Yarn information, how much I use, stuff like that will all be down there. So best place to go if you want more information. And for these test knits, if you want the patterns, or actually any of the projects if you want the patterns, they will be linked to my Ravelry page as well. So best place to go. And if you want to add me as a friend on Ravelry, I'm also more than happy for you to do that. So yeah, another finished shawl. I think there was another one that I didn't get a chance to show you yet, but I will, actually no, I'll go get that now. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think I got a chance to show. No, I didn't, because I finished this just before we went to Napier. So this is Spiced by Kelly Monster. It is finished, it is blocked, it is huge. But I love big shawls. So, show you up close. I don't think this is released yet. I think it's going to be released very soon though, like in like 4 days or something like that. So keep your eyes out for that one. The yarn I use is all fingering weight, single ply, merino. This colour here is Mama Willing soft singles in cobbler. Sorry, I got distracted. My mum is messaging me about Christmas stuff. She's coming down to us for Christmas. I'll talk a bit about that later. But this here is also Mama Willing soft single in vanilla bean cream. And this here is Prosper yarn on her Butte singles base in Ent, which is spelled E-N-T. And yeah, I use the recommended needle size. And yeah, this is my finished shawl. Again, did manage to get some photos on the waterfront and also in front of, there's like an arch, it's like an amphitheatre in Napier, and I got some photos there. So if you want to see those, I haven't posted them on Instagram yet. I'm meaning to, but they are on Ravelry as well. So yeah, lots of knitting. Moving on to this long time project. Now, the final clue has been released, and I think he's actually now posted pictures of the finished object, so it's not a secret anymore. This is my Shouldergraphy. So if you don't want to see it, then skip forward a little bit, but I won't be doing any more spoiler alerts because it's not a spoiler anymore. I'm just a bit behind. I'm a bit behind. So this is where I'm at. Oh gosh. So you can see I'm doing my stripy, oops, bump my microphone. My stripy section at the moment. I've got quite a bit to go still. I've heard people say like they have like mixed opinions about the stripes. I actually really like them. Yeah, and at first when I was knitting this, I was like, oh my gosh, what have I got myself into? This is not my style. But as I see it all together, it's actually really grown on me. And now I'm not I've saved quite a few of his patterns, Stephen West, but I'm not like a big like die-hard Stephen West fan. I'm a lot more into more like classic, timeless, almost like vintage style pieces, and so it's not normally my go-to, but I actually really enjoyed this one. I also learned how to do brioche for the first time, which I was super excited, and that is so fun. I'm now looking at all the brioche patterns. There was a couple of Andrea Mowry ones. I'm like, yes, I need to do that now. Bubbles took me so blooming long, and that actually really frustrated me. The welt section took me a while. The I-cord loops drove me nuts, and at first when I saw them I was like, what is this? I've heard a lot of people felt that way when they first saw a lot of people have referred to them as worms, but it just took so long, and I'm like, what? And I didn't want to put it down because I was worried that my stitches were going to fall off the end, but I also needed to go to bed, and I was like, what? But yeah, overall, I have a lot of ends still. I have done the weave and Steven, but I just haven't clipped them yet. So yeah, that is my, at the moment, Shouldergraphy. The yarn I use is all from Mama Willing. If you've been I wouldn't say a long time viewer because I've not been doing this for very long, coming up to maybe a year, but I think so, about there. But if you've been here for a little while, you know that I love Sarah's yarn. I'm actually waiting on to see if she has a shop update because she said that this one's coming back, and I really want to make a jumper out of it. Also try not to buy more yarn, but that is appearing to be quite difficult. Anyway, this is on her plush fingering base, which I think is 85-15. So 85% merino, 15% nylon. This is Virgo season, and I just love it. It's gorgeous. This is my colour A. No? Colour B. Sorry. My colour B. So, the light colour on the brioche and the colour of the worms and the main colour in this section here. That's Virgo season, which I think is just stunning. This one here is Vintage Peach. Sorry, that was my mum again. These are all on the same base, by the way. This was a kit from her. This colour here is True, which again, one of my favourites of hers. Beautiful blue. Again, would happily knit a jumper out of this colour. I love it. This is currently attached, so I don't want to pull it too hard. This is Shiver. And Ink is the last one here. It's coming out more purple on the camera. It's got a little bit of purple, but it's a lot more black colour than purple. It's like a bluey grey rather than purple. So yeah, those are all my colours. And as I said, overall, I really enjoyed it. Definitely did not turn out how I thought, and it's definitely grown on me more than I thought it would. But I'm actually really enjoying knitting away on these stripes. I'm finding it very meditative and relaxing, actually. So yeah, I've been working on that, especially at night when I'm just watching TV. And then the last one, you wouldn't have seen this last time because I've started it since then, was going to be a test knit, but it's a bit of a story. It's a sweater. Oh my gosh. This is what I have so far. This was going to be a test knit, but unfortunately the designer, as she was going through the testing stage, another designer actually reached out to her and said that it looks very similar to one of their designs, and so they asked if she would pull the pattern, and so she did. So I do have a pattern I'm using for this, but I can't share it. I will try and remember to link the pattern that looks very similar to this, the one that's already out there, but unfortunately this jumper itself, the pattern will not be available, which is really sad because it's really, really fun to knit. And when I saw it, it looked almost like it had a little bit of a vintage feel to it. So this is what I've got so far. I'm really enjoying it. I'm using the recommended yarn, which is, right, I can almost guarantee you I'm not pronouncing this right. Shipskis? Shipskis. Stonewashed. I got this from Knitty Yarns here in New Zealand. So, I'll try and bring this closer maybe. Maybe you can hear me a bit better now. It looks like, I'm looking at the audio, it looks better. So yes, this is the colour Canada Jade, and it's 78% cotton, 22% acrylic. Because it is cotton, I am finding it hurts my hands a bit, but I also think as well, because here in New Zealand we're coming into our warmer months now. It's spring and it's already got up to the mid-20s, like Celsius. So I'm already feeling the warmth. So a cotton jumper will probably be quite welcome in the coming months before it gets really hot. So yeah, been working away on this, and I'm just working on the body, and it's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish this and my Shouldergraphy soon, because I want to get back to finishing my whips that are sitting in my whip pile, and there's a few other things I want to do too. So, but those have been my main focus this week. This part of the body, so like pretty much all of this is like a week's worth, I think. Yeah, pretty sure I started it last week. So a week's worth. So I've been busy. I did screw it up at first though. I actually had to rip everything out and start over because I, for some reason, completely forgot about the Raglan increases in the sleeve. And so that was a problem, because then I'd have no sleeves. So, yeah. But yeah. Now I know what I'm doing. I'm really enjoying this. I did have to go down a needle size. So I'm using a 3.25mm for the body, and then for the ribbing I'm using a 3mm. I had to go down because my gauge was incorrect. So yeah, that is what I've been working on. I do want to make some things for work, so I want to make some blankets for the kids when we can actually get the blankets out. Want to make some colourful blankets, some pillows. I've also seen today that a charity I follow is doing a call for like Peggy squares and things, so that's a good way to use up my stash. I really want to get through a lot of my acrylic stash, so I'm hoping to get quite a few of those out. And so I might maybe have one or two like projects for me, like a shawl or a jumper, and then, you know, lots of like either charity or work stuff, just to try and use up some of my stash. But yeah, so I'm just gonna move on to a little bit of chat. So if you were just interested in the knitting content, that's fine. I will see you hopefully next week. Fingers crossed I'm back to regular programming now. Otherwise, if you want to stick around, feel free to do so. I'm just gonna get a drink. Reach around my microphone. Oh. But yeah, Christmas is coming up. So as I mentioned, my mum was messaging me about Christmas, so they are planning on coming down to us. We did want to go up to them first, but because my husband works in retail, just because of the seniority, like hierarchy thing, he doesn't get the Christmas period off, so he's got to work Boxing Day. So they're coming to us, my mum and my sisters, which means for the first time I've got to go, well, I don't have to, but I want to go get a Christmas tree and lights and decorations. I'm very excited, very, very excited. Kmart better be ready, because I am coming for like your Christmas decorations. I've got to figure out where to put our tree. Originally I was going to put it over here and just move the buffet, but then I remembered, wait, PowerPoints, there's no PowerPoints there. So now I'm thinking I'm going to move the TV and put it over there, which will probably work better, and kind of like put it in the corner. But then it's moving the TV and stuff, and then I don't know. I'm trying to work it out in my head. But that's exciting. My mum sent me it was a photo of a crocheted Christmas tree skirt and like Christmas beanies, which I thought was so cute. The only thing is the Christmas beanies might not be very practical right now because we live in New Zealand, and so it will be the height of summer when we have Christmas. If we were having Christmas in the US or the UK or just in the Northern Hemisphere, then I would be all over it, but I'm already going to be sweltering and I don't need a beanie when it's going to be like 30 degrees Celsius outside. Yeah. Hopefully it won't be as humid here in Palmy as it is in Auckland normally. But it still gets pretty hot down here, so that'll be fun. I'm very much a winter person. I love winter and autumn. Autumn is my all-time favorite season, and so now that autumn and winter are gone, I'm a little bit sad. Yeah, I know people quite often get happier around summer. I just think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be sweating all the time, and the kids are going to go feral at work because it's going to be too hot. And it's like, oh. But we will get through it. And there is good things that come out of summer, so yeah. But yeah, Christmas plans. Christmas is starting to come up. Speaking of Christmas as well, I got Mama Willing's cast on calendar. It arrived last week, but I've had to hide it away from myself and completely put it, like, it's next to my yarn cabinet, but it's in the box, and it's not where I can see it on a daily basis, because at the moment I'm working quite monogamously on these two projects, so I'm not having to go and get more yarn, and so I'm not seeing it as much, because I've got, it's 14th now. I think we've got 2 weeks before I can open the first one. So 14. Sorry, this is how I figure out like days and things. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. What? Yeah, like 2.5 weeks. So I get to open the first one. And I want to open it because I know I've got a project bag and yarn and other stuff just like sitting in that other room, but I'm trying to be good and I'm trying to wait. But it's really, really hard. And I just want to see what it is and like squish it and yeah, so I'm excited for that, but also slightly impatient. Yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I want to have a chat about? I think that's it really. Yeah, I gave a lot of updates, pardon me, at the beginning with regards to work and things like that. Bit scared about that. We're also trying to figure out what we're doing next year, because when we moved here, we moved here with the intention of we'll give it a year and then we'll see what we do. We'll see if we like it, and if we don't, we can move back. But we'll see how we settle, we'll see how we like it. And then also if we do end up, and then also with that as well, what, work things and stuff, if we're happy where we are, stuff like that. So we've got to figure that out. And it's also the question, do I go back to uni or not yet? How do we make that work? If we're staying here, what the finance is going to be like? There's a lot going on, and the next probably month and a half is going to be quite insane. But we're getting there. I wanted to have a conversation with John before we went to work, but that didn't quite happen, so I guess tonight. Because whatever I decide to do, I've then got to, if I am going back to uni, I've got to then talk to my manager about what that's going to mean for my job and my hours and things like that, because my hours are going to change, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a very uncertain time right now, but that's okay. There was something else. Like, it literally just popped back into my head as I was saying it, and then it's completely gone out the window again. I can't think now. There was something that I want to talk about, but now it's completely gone. Oh, yes. I am planning on doing Vlogmas this year. How that's going to work, I don't know. I can almost guarantee you, I am not, like, I mean, I think a lot of people don't, like, a lot of people don't get the microphone and stuff out. I will not have the microphone and the audio. It will just be me and my phone. Because otherwise it's just going to be trying to edit all of that and get it all out on time with work and stuff as well. It just won't happen. So it will be the most basic form of a vlog, but I am going to try. I tried to do it last year and I couldn't even get past the first day because I got it all ready to go and stuff, and then I think my phone deleted it or something and I just got too frustrated. But this year we're going to give it a good go. So yeah, that is all for this week's podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around even though I haven't been around very much recently. I hope, as I said at the beginning, I hope to be back to normal programming now, and I hope to see you guys or talk to you guys again next week. Yeah, huge thank you for your support and for watching or listening. It really does mean a lot. Yeah, whatever you're doing this week, whether you're making or not, I hope that you have a great week. Take care of yourself, and I will hopefully talk to you again next week. Bye.